Good morning. It's my birthday. It's 9 o'clock here. Oh, hello, Roshade. Quite nice. I was up really late last night. Talking to a really good friend on the phone in Australia. So yeah, that's why I'm up so late. I also might have eaten some cacao really late, way too late. So I just remember just being supercharged of energy at like 2 or 3 in the morning. So I'm going to do some meditation now, and it's windy. I'll get back to you in a while. I am so blissed out right now. I'm gonna tell you about this after I fill up some water. So I just did some sound meditation with Wayne Dyer on Hay House Meditations, and he got me to personally, me and Wayne Dyer, he got me to visualize what we wanted to create, and like I feel just so full of energy. From the bottom of our base chakra, our root chakra, all the way up and out into our crown chakra, while we're imagining what we want, projecting what we want to create, because we're the creators and the sound is the sound of creation. So at the beginning it was a load of umming, and I felt really weird because my tone was like really high pitched, and I was like, ah! But then by the end it was like my whole cells, all my cells of my body were on top of this, and whoo, baby, I feel really vibratey. I feel like, wow. Hey, so it's my 22nd birthday, and I'm at home, and it's been the most amazing week ever. I feel really, really amazing, proud of myself, calm, peaceful. So what happened was I got a week off work. I actually booked it off work, and I didn't realize that I'd booked it off work. We do it through an online app, and let me get this on so I can be warm. So I know what happened. I probably saw flights to somewhere warm for really cheap. Possibly New York, which isn't warm, but it's probably somewhere that I have looked up, and I probably saw flights for like €80 or something, and for a few days, and decided to put it into work, and I got it off. So I got the surprise of this time off work, and it came at a really, really good time. Live pretty far away, is pretty out in the countryside. I mean, think the countryside and like civilization here, and I live like here, and I don't have a car. There is cars out there, but I'm not insured, so I'm not allowed to drive. So I've been at home on my own in the countryside, and what I've really noticed is that I missed nature so much. Like, I've always wanted to live in a city because in secondary school I went to a small town, and then college I went to another small town, and I was like, I want big lights, big city. And now that I live in Galway, which is a small town, a small city, I really, really crave the nature and the oxygen and the feels and the space. Like, so that's been really nice for me. So yeah, I've had no car. My mom left nothing in the fridge, just a big box of oranges and bananas. I had bananas already in my house in Galway, so I packed my backpack, like my hiking back, full of bananas, and I got the bus to the bus, got the bus to Ennis, hitchhiked from Ennis home with my backpack full of bananas because they needed to be eaten and they were going to be ripe and delicious, and that's what I've been living on for the past week. So most bananas haven't been ripe and mine have, so I'm really glad that I did that. And it's been the most amazing week of food that I think I've ever had in my life in this house. It's quite sentimental for me to share that I've had like a pretty crazy eating disorder, and I've been pure shy about it because 2 years ago, like shy and ashamed all together, because 2 years ago I discovered raw food, but in actual fact I couldn't really stop eating once I went off a fully raw diet. I just overate. Food is my thing. I binged, especially at the end of my university time last year. I put on a huge hunk of weight and things got pretty nasty. Like, I think that toxicity can just build in your mind and your brain, and it's just like toxic thoughts, and you know, there's so much stigma about carrying extra weight, and I just hated it, and I really hated myself for my lack of control with food. So this house kind of represents that uncontrollability, a lot of anxiety around food. I'd be thinking about it, I wouldn't be able to stop thinking about it, and then I'd eat it, and through my mind and my body I'd feel awful, like cramps, pure indigestion, IBS, just terrible. And I just feel really depressed then, and just get into bed and just roll around and complain to my mom, and feel terrible, and then probably have to get up and go to work in the morning. And that was the cycle for a good few years, but in particularly kind of last summer. This was before Woodstock Fruit Festival 2017, so at that time I actually wasn't the healthiest ever. This is turning into a little recap of 2017, but just to kind of get up to speed in where I am in like this like recent health journey, because I am fully raw vegan now and it feels really good. That's what I'm saying. This whole past week I've had nothing but fruit and some nuts, but I feel like such control, and I just make a smoothie and I eat it and I don't think about food for the rest of the day. You know, I'm back to that beautiful satiation and just appreciation and only wanting food that's alive and that feeds me and that's good for me and nourishes me. So while I was in the midst of all this toxicity in, let's say, from March, and depression, I say January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, I went to a really good therapist in Galway. It's an amazing type of therapy and it's called RTT. It's a type of hypnotherapy that really digs deep into your personal beliefs and ideologies about yourself, and therefore why we're creating the problems that we create in our lives and stumble ourselves up. But then I went to fast in September, and that was really, really good. That was really good. And even today I was looking at the charts of my fasting time. So I fasted for 21 days, which was pretty short in the scale of how fasting goes. It was the shortest that you could go, and I really feel like going back as soon as I can for a 30-day fast. I mainly found the amazing benefit for my mind. Like, not eating for 21 days is just so cleansing. And eating fruit is so cleansing for the mind. Like, any of you who just eat fruit or eat a lot of fruit, like a high fruit diet, and have like really good energy from that, you know how your thoughts change. You are a higher vibrational being walking around because you're consuming this high vibrational juicy food that's alive and that has this ecstatic energy that's come from a fruit tree and is full of this divine electromagnetic phytonutrients and this water that's in a structure that your cells can just magically absorb so much faster than, let's say, water from the earth. The water changes as the plant grows and as the fruit forms. So it's just magic what happens in our body when we eat fruit. And when I fasted and when I refed, huge detoxification came up. I mean, I had such revelations about stagnant energy, stagnant thoughts that I had been entertaining for years. And I think the therapy plus the fasting really shifted something in me, and now I'm kind of like a new person. Like, I can't imagine ever being this comfortable with myself and actually just talking to a camera and being so honest and open and okay and loving this part of myself. I can't imagine really doing that fearlessly anytime last year. So hey to me, and hey to healthy living and being 22 and doing yoga and eating fruit, which is about what I'm just about to do. I love you. I hope this added some value. I'm not sure if talking to myself adds value, but I hope it does. I love you. The self-love is really what it's all about, and not beating ourselves up. You know, it's important to listen to those thoughts, listen to what goes on, listen to how you speak to yourself, and just become aware of all that world, you know, because you create that world, and through repetition and through practice we build up this idea of ourselves and these beliefs and this way of talking to ourselves. So inject a little bit of love and compassion in there into your day, and just catch yourself out. That's the first step. Just really listen to how you talk to you.